Hello viewers, I am Professor Pawan Kumar R. From Sai Vidya Institute of Technology, Department of Management Studies. Dear viewers, in today's session, we would be looking into the concepts of basics of GST, and whereas I'll try to bring out uh, the importance of GST, the meaning of GST, and we'll try to know what is the history of GST as well. So basically, when we talk about GST, it's good for us to know about the history or the introduction to the goods and service tax. France was the first country to implement GST in 1954. Since then, 160 countries have adopted GST. Further, the GST journey in India began in the year 2000. When a committee was set up to draft law, it took 17 years from then for the law to evolve. In 2017, the GST bill was passed in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. On 1st July 2017, the GST law came into force in India. The introduction of goods and service tax in India is a significant step in the field of indirect tax reforms. By amalgamating a large number of central and state taxes into a single tax, it would mitigate cascading or double taxation in a major way to and pave the way for a common national market. From the consumer point of view, the biggest advantage will be in terms of reduction in the overall tax burden of goods and services. GST will also make Indian products competitive in the domestic and international markets. It will have a boosting impact on the growth of economy. Last but not the least, this tax, because of its transparency and self-policing character, would be easier to administer. Dear viewers, when we talk about this GST, when we talk about the tax system, we can say yes, India has moved further with a greater step of adopting GST. So GST in India is the biggest tax reforms in the 60 years. It is an act, one of its kind, and whereas many countries across the world have adopted this act, as we all know, GST Act is centrally governed by a GST Council, which is represented by a finance minister and representative of all other states. GST Council shall be responsible for all major decisions regarding the Act. GST Act is a result of great efforts of a tri-way partnership between government, professionals, and business sector. Viewers, one thing has to be observed. So there is a bridge between the government, between the professionals, and within the business sector and with the economy. So the bridge which connects everything and economic activity, it's done through this GST. So we'll just try to observe what the economists have said about this. View on GST by a few learned people. GST will enable the move from fragmented economy to one market. It will boost economic growth, or it will boost investment and growth. It is said by our chief economic advisor Arvind Subramanian. So I would like to talk about the silent features of this GST. It says it is one tax for manufacturing, trading, and service. Reduction in cascading effect or double taxation, inverted inverted duty structure result to a great extent. More revenue to the government plus less burden or lower burden on existing taxpayers. Both are possible. Multiple registrations, different points of taxation, online matching of all invoice, uniformity among states. So what happens? GST is generally a consumer-oriented uh, tax. So at this point of view, the states which consumes or the states which purchases the product will get the higher GST in return. So that is as simple as that. So it will be having an online invoicing, online matching of invoices that can be done through GST. Viewers, especially in this video, I'll be bringing bilingual style of presentation. The reason is there is some lot of practicalities to be discussed as well. So moving on, we'll just brief up with the meaning of the GST. So what is the important definition of GST? Here it is. The term GST is defined in the Article 366, subsection 12A, to mean any tax on supply of goods or service or both, except taxes on supply of alcoholic liquor for human consumption. So GST is a tax on goods and services except alcoholic liquor for human consumption. So definition of GST is clear. So I'll just try to bring up the meaning of GST. In simple words, goods and service tax is an indirect tax levied on the supply of goods and services. This law has replaced many indirect tax laws that previously existed in India. According to Goods and Service Tax Act 2017, GST means tax on supply of goods or services or both, except taxes on supply of alcoholic liquor for human consumption and petroleum products. So that means two items are away from this. Two items are not included or not under the purview of GST. Those are the liquor for human consumption and and the petroleum products. So to be precise, GST is a tax, is an indirect tax, which is levied on all the goods and services, right? So I will be talking about the unit 2, which literally speaks about the how should you levy GST, what is intrastate supply, what is interstate supply. So I would actually concentrate on that part. So in order to know that, we should be having a knowledge about the supply. Dear viewers, supply includes all forms of supply of goods and or services such as sale, transfer, barter, exchange, license, rental and lease, made or agreed to be made for a consideration by a person in the course or furtherance of business. Importance of service for a consideration, whether or not in the course of furtherance of business. So supply means what? Supply includes all the forms of goods or services. In which way? In which way should it be done? It should be done in the form of sale, transfer, barter, exchange. So moving on. So what does this good mean? Definition of goods. Goods means every kind of movable property other than money and securities, but including actionable claims, growing crops, grass, and things attached to or forming a part of land which are agreed to be served before supply or under contract of supply. So goods andre ಏನು, ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೂವಬಲ್. ಯಾವುದೇ ವಸ್ತು ಒಂದು ಜಾಗದಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಥಳದಿಂದ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಸ್ಥಳಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಗುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಅದರ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ ಮನಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟೀಸ್, ಅದರ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ ಮನಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟೀಸ್. ಬಟ್ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನು ಒಳಗೊಂಡಿರುತ್ತೆ? ಆಕ್ಷನಬಲ್ ಕ್ಲೈಮ್ಸ್, ಕ್ರಾಪ್ಸ್, ಗ್ರೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ರಾಪ್ಸ್, grass and things attached to or forming a part of the land. So all these things are put up. Now what does this service mean in term? Service means anything other than good, money and securities. Service andre anything other than vastu, anakasu and securities. So moving on, what does this aggregate turnover mean? Turnover means the aggregate value of all taxable and non-taxable supplies, exempt supplies and export of goods and services to be computed on all Indian basis, excludes taxes if any charged under the act. I repeat viewers, aggregate turnover andre ಏನು ಅಂದಾಗ, see, this aggregate turnover part will affect our practical part also. So the practical part I'll be doing in a video 2. So aggregate turnover andre ಏನು? Turnover literally means ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನು ಸೇರ್ಕೊಳುತ್ತೆ? ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಬಲ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈಸ್ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಳುತ್ತೆ, ನಾನ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಬಲ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈಸು ಸೇರ್ಕೊಳುತ್ತೆ, ಎಕ್ಸೆಂಪ್ಟ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡೆಡ್, ಅಂಡ್ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದಿಂದ ಬೇರೆ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಕಳಿಸುವಂತಹ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ನು ನಾವು ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅಗ್ರಿಗೇಟ್ ಟರ್ನ್ ಓವರ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ತಗೊಂತೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಸೇರಲ್ಲ? ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡೆಡ್. ಸೊ ಅಗ್ರಿಗೇಟ್ ಟರ್ನ್ ಓವರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿನ್ನ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಇಂದ ಎ ಅನ್ನೋ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ, ಆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಇಂದ ಅವನು ಶ್ರೀಲಂಕಾಗಾದ್ರೂ ಕಳಿಸ್ಲಿ, ಸಿಂಗಾಪುರ್ಗಾದ್ರೂ ಕಳಿಸ್ಲಿ, ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿಗಾದ್ರೂ ಕಳಿಸ್ಲಿ, ಚೆನ್ನೈಗಾದ್ರೂ ಕಳಿಸ್ಲಿ, ಡೆಲ್ಲಿಗಾದ್ರೂ ಕಳಿಸ್ಲಿ, ಅಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ವಿ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಗೇಟ್ ಟರ್ನ್ ಓವರ್. Moving on, definition of job work. Job work means any treatment or process undertaken by a person on goods belonging to another registered person, and expression of job maker shall be constructed accordingly. Moving on. So we'll just try to see what are the types of GST, which is related to our module 2, which we are dealing with the video 1, and I'll be putting across in a video 2. So what are the types of GST we have? GST is divided into 4 types: central goods and service tax, state goods and service tax, union territory goods and service tax, integrated goods and service tax. And what are all this? I'll be explaining. So when I talk about central goods and service tax, CGST is a tax on all intrastate supply. I repeat, CGST is a tax on all intrastate supplies of goods or services. For example, a product is sold from Mysore to Bangalore. So we call it as intrastate. That means it is not crossing the boundary of a particular state. So that is CGST. What attracts SGST? Again the same. SGST is a tax on all intrastate supplies of goods or services. The amount of CGST will go to the state government. Right? I repeat. So one thing is clear. CGST and SGST is attracted when the goods are transferred within the boundaries of the particular state. So that time, what is attracted? It attracts CGST and SGST. Now, what does this IGST mean? Integrated goods and service tax. IGST is a tax on intrastate supply of goods and services. Integrated GST will be collected by center. IGST will also apply on imports. So IGST is attracted when the good is transferred from a physical boundary of one state to the other state's boundary. So at that point of time, it attracts IGST. So moving across, this illustration I'll try to solve it in the video too. So there is a clarity in this. We can just assume, or we can come to a clarity under this slide. If GST attracts, if the GST rate is 18%, if it is an intra-state sale, what would be the effect? So you can observe it. Viewers, you can just observe, if it is an intra-state, within the state transaction, it attracts CGST and SGST. Or if it is a union territory, it attracts UGST. So CGST is common. And in the second part, SGST or UTGST. But the overall tax of 18% is divided into all. So the overall tax is 18%. If it is an intrastate, it attracts 9% CGST and 9% SGST. And moving on, if it is a interstate, if it is a interstate outside state transaction, it attracts IGST and the tax rate is subsumed and it is totally an 18%. So moving across, what all taxes are subsumed and that has made CGST is central excise duty, service tax, additional excise duty, countervailing duties, and cesses. Next, what all taxes are subsumed is value added tax, entertainment duty, octroi, and entry tax, purchase tax, and luxury tax. And next, what all taxes are subsumed are state excise duty, stamp duty, profession tax, electricity duty, basic custom duty. So the remaining part with related to Unit 2 of indirect taxation under VTU will be discussed in detail in the second video. So thank you, dear viewers. Please do watch, like, and subscribe. And don't forget to share it.